Good morning everybody, welcome back to Boom Bag of Minds. My name is Vikash and I hope you all are doing really great. Let's move ahead with the journey of subject-verb agreement. In our previous video, we have discussed about 5 rules of subject-verb agreement as well as the basic rule. So let's move on to the next rule, which is rule number 6. Please be very careful about it. When we say rule number 6, okay, what does it tell us about? So it says, in sentences beginning with, be very particular on the board, beginning with here or there, the true subject follows the verb. Now be very particular about it, what I have written here on the board. What do I mean with it? Let me give you an example. See, when we talk about subjects like here or there, they are not the real subjects. Let's take an example. There is a boy in the classroom. So especially with these two words, here or there, the verb comes first. So we need to identify what are we talking about, who is performing the action, the boy. So the boy is singular subject, that is why I have used singular helping verb. Let me just quickly twist the situation. Let's say I wrote the word boys. So there are boys in the classroom. Did you notice? I have to identify the real subject, especially with the case of there and here. Let's take an example of plural helping verb here, and this is our plural subject. Let's take another example with here. Here, you tell me which will be the correct option. Here comes my friend Rahul. Now what have you noticed in this sentence? Which is the real subject? The real subject is Rahul, my friend Rahul. This is my singular subject, which is why I will use singular verb. Singular verb means with S or ES in the end. I hope this rule is clear to you all students. In case if you still have any confusion, you need more clarity, please write it up in the comment box. We'll be very happy to answer your questions. Let's move to the next rule, which is rule number 7. Now, when we say rule number 7, it says use singular verbs with distances, a period of time, or money, or a sum of money, when they express or when they are expressed as one unit. Now, this is a question which confuses most of the students. Let's take an example here. Here, if somebody rows 5 kilometers, you tell me, is or are a long distance to cover on foot. So here 5 kilometers, it expresses distance and it is here 1 unit. So this is why this will be considered as singular subject. So with singular subject we'll use the rule number 1, which is singular helping verb. Let's take another example like 10,000 rupees. Here you tell me, is or are a huge amount for me. Now look at this sentence. Again, 10,000 rupees, though it has S in the end and it is a large amount of money here. But here it is being expressed as a sum of money and 1 unit. This is why this is my singular subject, and with singular subject I will use singular helping verb. Please be very careful while using them. Let's take another example to make things clear for you. Let's take the example of period of time. Let's say 5 months Here again, is or are. A long time to wait. So here 5 months, again it is expressed as a period of time, so it will, and it is considered as 1 unit, so this will be my singular subject, and with singular subject I will use singular helping verb. So the right option answer will be 5 months is a long time to wait. I hope, my dear viewers and students, you are clear with rule number 7. Then we move to rule number 8. There are 3 more rules which we will cover under the category of subject-verb agreement. Remember one thing, students who are preparing for their board examination, these are tricky questions which are asked, and most of the time students get confused whether it is a plural subject or a singular subject. So you need to be very careful and identify whether it has been used as 1 unit or not. Now let's move to rule number 8. Now when we say rule number 8 here, it is again a unique one. Why? Because many times it has been noticed students have made mistakes with it. So let's have a look at it. Now here, alright, my mistakes, let me correct it. Words which indicate portions, fractions, like a lot, a majority, or maybe some, of, some or all. Follow rule number 1. Now you remember rule number 1? Use singular use singular verbs with singular subjects, plural verbs with plural subject. But here the question is, how do I identify which one is singular or plural? So let me put a star mark here. So the noun which comes after of, because when you use portion you will have to use this word, like a lot of people, a lot of tension, okay? So this word of, so the noun which comes after of is the main subject or real subject. So use singular verb for singular subjects and plural verbs for plural subjects. Let's take an example and understand this law. Understand this rule here. Let's take an example. A lot of pie has or have been wasted today. Now check carefully. After of, check the noun. Is it singular or plural? So this is obviously singular. So singular subject, I will follow singular helping verb, which will be has. So a lot of pie has been wasted today. Let me just quickly twist the situation here. So let's say I make this noun as plural. A lot of pies. So here pies, it has become plural. So which means it will follow plural helping verb, and the right option will be a lot of pie have been wasted. A lot of pies have been wasted today. Okay. Next, another example. A majority of people here. A majority of people vote or votes for the right candidate. Candidates. So again, after of, what kind of noun have I used? It is my plural subject, therefore it will follow plural verb, and the plural verb means without s or es. So majority of people vote for the right candidates. I am sure this thing has been clear to all my viewers. Alright viewers, now let me quickly talk about an exception to this rule. Rule number 8. Now the exception is for the word none. Why none? Because this none can be used as a singular one or as a plural one. Okay. Now singular one, it is considered by SAT testing. They always consider none as a singular form. Okay. However, if you go by Merriam-Webster, so Merriam-Webster says it can be both. Both by Merriam-Webster. It is a world famous US dictionary. Alright, I am sure this thing is very clear to you, like none of them is present in the class. Now according to Merriam-Webster, we can use it for plural as well. None of them are present in the class. Now let's move to rule number 9. Please be very particular about the rules and the exceptions associated with it. Otherwise, you will make mistakes with subject-verb agreement questions or sentences, or if you use it in your life as a part of your daily language or as a medium of your communication. Alright, so let's move to rule number 9. Now, this rule is associated with collective noun. So it says with collective nouns. I hope everybody understands when we say collective nouns, we are talking about groups. Okay? Collective nouns such as group, jury, family, or let me write it up here, audience, population. The verb can be either singular or plural depending upon the writer's intent. Please be very careful while using it. What does it mean? It means if the writer wants to use it, they can use it as a singular subject or they can use it as a plural subject. Let me give you an example, like all of my family has or have arrived today. So here all of my family talks about the group of family, so I can either use it has or either I can use it have. Both of them will be the correct option. Now you might have read this heading in the newspaper, Team India win or wins the tournament. So here Team India, it can refer to one unit as a single unit, then it will be used as a singular subject and the correct verb will be Team India wins the tournament. If they are talking about the group, individual members in the group, then it will be used as plural. Team India win the tournament. Both the options are correct. Please be very careful about it. Okay. Now, after rule number 9, we will move on to rule number 10, which is the last rule of subject-verb agreement. Then, please ensure after watching the video, once you have the rules in your head, do not forget to practice exercises, because practice makes a person perfect. This has to be very clearly understood by each of my viewers. In fact, it goes for me as well. Now, rule number 10, it says the word were is replaced by was in case of wish or when we express a contrary fact. Okay, what does it mean? Let's take an example and understand it. You might have read this sentence. If I were you, I would have done that work. So now here, what is so peculiar? Strange word. With I we use was, but this was has been replaced by the word were in order to show that this wish cannot happen. It is practically impossible. It's a wish and it's just opposite to the fact. Okay. Another thing, if Ram were here, we wouldn't or we would not have been in trouble. Again, it talks about a wish, that if Ram would have been here, then they would not have been in trouble. This is why there should have been was, but it has been replaced by were. So whenever you see such statements, do not make assumptions that it is an incorrect sentence, because it does not follow the basic rule of subject verb agreement: singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. I hope, my dear viewers, you have understood all the 10 rules of subject verb agreement plus the basic rule. This will help you a lot, not only in your writing skills or solving grammar exercises or doing well in competitive examination, but overall in your life, because at the end of the day, we work for our personality. We work so that we can acquire many skills. We can work upon our life. If you dream to be the greatest people in the society, you have to have command over English grammar. Thank you for watching me, viewers. I love you all. Please do subscribe, press the bell icon to get latest notification, and don't forget to share it. You all have a good time. Thank you.